Hey guys, welcome back to another video here today. I hope you guys are doing great and wonderful on this day. I am here to bring another update to my extraction shooter over here that I have. This project that I've been working on for a while now. So, let's get started. All right, so what I've been working on lately is of course I did some bug fixes with the left hand IK of the character. The left hand IK is the one that when you equip a weapon, this left hand IK will map the hand to be on the barrel of the gun. So no matter what weapon you come in, it will be mapped to that location, right? Previously it was kind of jittery no matter where I moved it, but I was able to do a fix on that. As you can see, it is not that jittery anymore. So if I did this inspect animation, you can see that the left hand is actually in a good spot. Let's go. It's pretty good. Another bug that it fixed was for the bullets of the weapon. Sometimes it wasn't shooting correctly. Sometimes it was shooting less bullets than it should be. So I was able to fix that and get that in a good place. Another thing I added here is that you can now jump over obstacles. So let me go to an obstacle. Not all obstacles can, or like walls or whatever, you can climb over, but if they're tagged, oh, I forgot to put in AI here. Okay, if they're tagged to be climbable, then they will be climbed, right? As you can't really see it right now because you're in first person, but as you can see, I can climb this entire thing. So if I did this backwards, hold on, let me disable that AI. I don't want it to interfere with what we're doing here as we are testing. Let me hide that. Let me hide that bad boy. Cool. Let's go back in here again. This time I'm gonna make it so that I'm in technically kind of third person. Let me go back here. Uh, Once it stop preparing shaders and stuff, let's get in here. Let's move the camera back a little bit. As you can, and then if I go back to that place, you can see that it's gonna do the animation to be able to climb up and climb over obstacles now. Look at that, it's super awesome. Love that. It's crazy. But I got that in, so if there's walls that are considered to be climbable, then we'll do that. So it's not going to do it for this one here, as you can see. And cool. The other thing that I added here was that I ended up adding motion matching in this game. Let me remove that other part of it. Cool. I ended up adding motion matching. As you can see, the animations in this is so much better. So no matter what I do, I go sideways, I go like strapping, I go forward, everything, it looks pretty nice. And it looks pretty good. So I ended up adding that. I needed to tweak a lot of things, especially the audio for this, so that the audio works when you're stepping on this stuff over here. Dirt, grass, all of that. But yeah, so because motion matching is different and combines all the animations into one, you have some assets that you can determine what audio to play for the footsteps. And I ended up changing some of them so that I could play either when you're in solid, wood, and grass and all of that. So cool. But there is some issues that came around with this due to the fact of how motion matching works. Is that if I actually go to the skeleton of this bad boy, this is a skeleton of a metahuman, right? And when you do motion matching on this, this also is updating the pelvis, which is the root of everything, right? So if you move the pelvis up and down, it will move the character up and down too, regardless of what it is. So like if you actually stood up in real life and you do like a squat, your entire body moves down. Like logic, of course, it's gonna do that. But because of that, it messes up with my weapons. So when I'm aiming and I'm moving around, it also moves the gun and it messes up with my procedural animations and all of that because it's moving the pelvis. So regardless if you have a layer blend bone option here and you put it as spine bone 01, that does a different animation for upper body. So if you look at the skeleton, everything above spine 01, anything within spine 01, it's gonna do this upper body animation, right? And anything outside of this, outside of that spine bone, so like the thighs and the leg, both of the thighs, so basically both legs, will do the other animation, right? So it will blend those together. But because the motion matching is also moving the pelvis, it moves the entire body and it messes up with the aiming basically. And I can't put a layered what is it called, layer blend per bone, and put pelvis in here, because then in that case it just stops everything, and all it's going to do is just going to move the upper body, and the legs will all be static. It's not going to move at all. So that I cannot put pelvis in there, of course. So you cannot just put your pelvis and not move it at all, right? At least how this works, you know. So how I ended up doing this was because I had to separate my previous animation that I had, because before I moved it over to motion matching, so I had two sets of instances of these animations. So when the character is not aiming, it will do the motion matching, and then once I aim, it blends it over to the other set of animations that I had previously, so that now when I'm coming here, it works, right? It works and it does the normal thing, right? But if I had motion matching here, this will start moving all crazy, and it's not suitable. It doesn't look good anymore. So that's the reason why I went in that direction. I'm still debating if I should just keep it or not. It was something cool to see if it will work or not, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it and see if I should keep it or not. It's not that bad anyway. And the AIs will always be doing motion matching regardless. So because it doesn't matter if they're aiming or not for them, right? But cool. So I added that, but that took a little bit of work to make it work that way. It wasn't like a plug and play for me, because I had already code before, and that kind of messed up with the implementation of it. So it wasn't like just a plug and play for that. But cool, it's looking pretty good though. And another thing that I've added here is, as you saw earlier, I added a vest and I added a helmet. So now you can pick up vests, you pick up helmets, and you will have helmets. And these, if a character has a vest or a helmet, you're able to take more damage now, because you know, you consider this like you're playing Call of Duty, you're putting plates in it, right? Basically. Or, you know, any type of extraction where you have vests, each vest has a different type of quality, and each one can take more damage than others, right? So that was the plan for these vests. And we can test this a little bit further. I added bullet registration now, where you can detect what part of the body the bullet was hit, right? So if you do a headshot, technically it will be like a one-shotter. If you don't have a helmet, or if you do have a helmet, we'll take two shots, right? So we can test it out right now. Let's get in here, activate that AI, we'll get a sniper, and once we see the AI coming in over there, you can see him, and we should do a headshot. Bam, one-shotter. But if you came in here, add a helmet to this guy. So we add another option for this inventory. We add an equipment. We add a helmet for that guy. And that's it. We go in here, come in, get a sniper. Oops. Oh, there's something here hidden that I didn't disable his collision. Cool. So we'll wait for the AI to come in. You can see he has a helmet now. And it took one shot. Never mind. Maybe I didn't hit it set. Let me try that one more time. Did I made a boo-boo? I think I hit this here. But we'll see. Hold on. Let me double check one last time. There we go. Yeah. So you have to, if you actually hit the helmet, it works. And if you actually don't, you hit him in the ear, it ends up being like a normal. Like you actually shot him in the face. And that's technically, you know, it could be a one-shotter depending on how you think of it. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? If I shoot him in the ear, would that work and be just a one-shotter, or would it? I know in games, no matter what, it has a helmet. It's considered no matter if you hit them in the ear, unless that's too close. Like in this area where there's no helmet, right? It will still consider it as you hit the helmet, and it will take 2 shots. But mine, it does not do that. It's actually more accurate. So if you shoot them in the ear or whatever, something to think about. You know, what are your thoughts on that, guys? You know, put in the comments. I'm thinking about it right now. That's a good question, or good thought to think about, to sleep on tonight. But yeah, I had a bullet registration, as you can see. Yeah, it takes 2 shots if you hit them in the helmet, and yeah, cool. So now we can detect which body part or the body you hit on the character that you're targeting at, and we can determine what kind of damage we can do for that. But yeah, the bullet registration is good. Besides that, I made some upgrades to the weapons. Another weapon in here. I don't know if I want to keep it or not, and that is the rocket launcher. So I added a rocket launcher. That sounds so cool though. Sounds so good. But yeah, I added a rocket launcher in here. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna keep it though. I just wanted to test it out, how easy it was to add a new weapon here, and I added a rocket launcher. You know. Let's reload. I need to fix the animation, but then bam. Cool. That's awesome though. Yeah. I added another attachment now, and that is an underbarrel. So I added an underbarrel on this. So now if you notice, it kind of shoots kind of back. It does a little bit of recoil, right? But if you were to do underbarrel here, its recoil, it's a lot different. And if there's less recoil happening, right? And technically, that's what you should be doing. That's the plan for this underbarrel. But cool. I mean, you know, more attachments is great. Something that I added a fix was the, as you saw earlier, I was testing the sniper with the AI. I fixed the way that the scope look. Before it was super blurry. I ended up fixing that, and it looks so much better now. There are some issues with fog, where fog ends up being way too thick on the scope because it's using this double rendering, right? So it's using his scenes capture 2D, and because of that, it renders the fog too thick on it, and it's kind of crazy. So, and the other thing that I fixed here, it's about the vest here. So how vest works right now is also a skeletal mesh, so that it moves around with the character. I needed to be set up as a leader pose. So if you look, if I show you guys, where's this set up? It's the master pose here. So I'm setting a master pose where the main body of the character ends up being the master pose, right? Ends up being the leader, right? So if you guys know about this in Unreal, then you know what I'm talking about. Where any children skeletal meshes will be set up so that the main leader skeleton will be using the same animation. So the leader will have its own animation buffer, and if the skeleton, the children, so let's say like the face or vest that is under is the children of a skeletal mesh. If you were to set it up as a master pose and let them, in my case, it ends up being a meta body, right? And you set it up so that meta body ends up being its leader, it will use the same animation buffer for its children. So that way you don't have to add multiple an animation class or animation instance and be able to run them all at the same time. So to avoid that and reduce performance, you would do a leader pose so it uses the leader's animation buffer and be able to use the same one, right? But the problem with that, which never tells you, at least I never saw it, is that it disables the collision for children's, and it ends up using the leader's collision detection, right? And because of that, I was having some issues with the vest as to why, as I was not doing collision. It was not detecting collision when I was shooting at the vest. And I didn't know why, and it took a lot of time and googling, because I didn't know it had to do with the setting up the leader pose. Uh, it was the cause of it, and I thought it was some other issue. And googling did not help because I did not know about it. I eventually found an a post somewhere, and when I was googling after hours and hours of looking, I was able to find the issue that it had to do with the set leader pose, that the leader will be the one that the collision will be detected on it, and the children's collision will have no collision, or it will be disabled. And that's my story about that. And it's kind of crazy, and I wish I knew about it, but now I know. Now I know about it. And I just wish there was like a note on it that tells you like, hey, I'm gonna be disabling the collision for the children, right? Because it does not tell you at all. Hold on, let's look into the code for this leader pose right now. If it does tell you, that's on my bad. Yeah, see, there's no. Hold on. This function will be skipped if the leader pose is incurred in default. Follow tick pose is false because Yep. You see that? It doesn't even tell you one bit that this will actually disable the children's collision and use the parent one. And even if it tells you here, it's not going to tell you when you actually call this function, right? So if you actually don't even look in here, it will not tell you. I don't know if it actually even tells you in here. Yeah, I don't know if it tells you. I'm not going to read all this and waste most of you guys' time. Yeah, I think that this should be more documented better. But that's just me ranting, guys, because that took so much time. Cool. All right, all right. The next thing I wanted to show you guys is that I also added a nameplate at the bottom left. If you notice, it shows off my the name of the player down here. That's going to be your username or whatever tag that you have in the game, and then it also has some money, how much money you have in total. So, and that means that since I added money, now I can be able to sell stuff right now. So there's some items that are considered to be sellable or that you can sell, and we got we got food, right? So we got condensed milk, we got potatoes, and if I were to open this buy station, it will open a UI and it will list all the items that you have in your inventory that are sellable, such as the items that we just picked up. So, we picked up a condensed milk and potatoes. Each one has its own price at the top. And if you were to sell it, this top here is your total money that you have, as well as it shows down here. So if I were to sell that, now I have almost $5, and it shows down here as well. And then I sell the other one, and I almost have $8. That's down here as well. This is not final UI. I just wanted to make it work. So it's just for testing purposes. And this is not going to be the final buy station either. It's just for testing purposes as well. And I think I put it a little bit too far in the back. I think I need to move it a little bit forward. But this is not going to be the buy station if I were to, release this game someday. This is just for testing purposes. But yeah, you can sell some stuff now. But depending on the type of game that I want here, it's just, we got to see if we want to keep this selling system in here as well. Within during gameplay, right? There's some games that were like DMZ, right? You can pick up items that you can sell them within the game, but then you come to other games where you cannot sell them until you actually exfil, or like Tarkov, right? Or like Gray Zone Warfare, when you reach when you reach back to your base, you can sell all this stuff, right? So it depends on what kind of system you want. And I added this just to have it in the engine. So if I ever did want this, it's already implemented, and I don't need to come back again. But yeah, cool. And we can test this in network as well. So if I add another player here, let's go to client. Let's make this smaller because the other one is just off screen right now. And as you notice, I added a plate on the top as well, so that if you were like far away or whatever, you can't see that your partner or your teammate is somewhere over here, which is great, which is what I like about games. So it tells you where your teammates are at. But yeah, so if I were to come here and like before, it lists out your teammates plate in the bottom as well, and it gives you how much money that person has. So if I were to come here, I'm gonna have to pick up a weapon because it's all mixed up in here. Oh, I picked it up. Let's go. Let's pick up one for each person, right? So I open the buy station, and I were to sell this. So now I have $2.99. On my own client, I have 299 as well. And for the other one, my teammate also has 299. So now I know that how much money that person has. If I were to come back here and pick up the other one, uh, and I sold that, now I have about $5. It reflects correctly down here, and it reflects on the other client as well. So you can now see your own teammates, how much money you has, and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, cool. So this works in the replication and network as well. So if you have multiple teammates here, you can see each other's stuff. But that's only if I want money to be sold within the game at the same time. So, but I just want to show you guys that it works. And the next thing that I want to show you guys is the Exfil. Oops, the Exfil. So I'm gonna move this guy. So I'm showing you in where you have two different players, so you can see that it works in the replicated um in a replication scenario. So it works both ways, not just standalone, but it also works if you were with other teammates. And it reflects correctly. And over here is where I put the exfil. So if I were to go on top of this and I come here and activate the exfil, green smoke comes in, chopper comes in, and then once it reaches down below, he'll open the doors in the back and come in. And at the top left, he shows you a timer, how much the shopper has until he leaves. So it has about 5 seconds coming in right now, and then after it reaches 0, it will lift off and just leave and exfil, right? So yes, so it just depends on how I want this game to be, on how to exfil, right? Every game is gonna be different. It just depends on how I want my version of this extraction shooter to be. If I want it to be similar to like DMZ or Brazen Warfare, where a shopper comes in and you just exfil that way, you either go back to your base like Brazen Warfare, or you go back to home, to your home screen and all of that, and you exfil successfully, right? Or do I want it to be like Tarkov, where you come near the green smoke and then I don't know if you have to activate it or not, or you just have to be within the range of it, and then you have a timer that comes down worth, I don't know how much is, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, so maybe more. But if I wanted it to be like that, but I feel like I do like the way the DMZ has when a chopper comes in. I mean, creates a little bit more of a strategy, or it makes it more fun towards the end. It makes the expo a little bit more fun. But if you guys have any thoughts on that, feel free to post in the comments and let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that. But this is just temporary on me testing on how this should work. I really do like how Expo comes with the shopper. So I'm still tweaking the way it looks. It's lagging like crazy right now because I guess I'm recording at the same time. But yeah, look at that. I'm still tweaking it. Maybe I'll make it more, it spreads out a little bit more. But I mean, so far, it's looking good. And that's about it, guys. I don't know, alrighty, guys. I think I've come to a good place right now with this project. I feel like the project is in a really good place right now. I already achieved what I wanted to do with this project, where I wanted to create this and be able to put it in my portfolio and be able to show it off when I'm interviewing with other companies, and hopefully they look at this and be like, oh hey, this is super awesome and all of that. I think the majority of the core mechanics are in here already, as either like a shooter or an extraction shooter. You can loot items, right? Items that you find in the ground, you're able to pick it up. They're in tagged to be interactable. You got weapons that you can pick up, and like you got ARs, SMGs, sniper shotties, rocket launchers. I don't know if I want to keep the rocket launcher, but it is there if I wanted to add it. Attachments, that you can pick up. You got silencers, under barrels, optics, laser sights, mags. And the only two things that I have not added that I really wanted to add is the barrels and stock. And the reason why I have not added these is because I don't actually have the models for me to test these things out. So I just left it out for now. So I'll come back to those in the future. I've implemented AI as well. They have been okay logic. They definitely need more polishing though. But I really like my AI to be different than how other games have done it, like Call of Duty, Grays of Warfare, and I haven't really looked at how AI works with Tarkov and all of that, but I don't want it to be like Call of Duty or War or Grays of Warfare where they're just aimbotty, right? They aimbot the crap out of you and one shot you and all of that. And I don't really like those type of AIs. I want the AIs to be more to create more of a challenge, right? Where they'll make the player think a little bit more on what they're gonna be doing, rather than the player just running away because you're afraid to get one shotted and all of that. I want the AIs to have more decision, a better decision on what they making on what they're gonna be doing. Like for my AIs, each of the AIs have different roles. You got AIs that can cover and shoot. Then I got AIs that can be pursuing you full on and aggro you, and implement more different roles like flankers or whatever you want to call these, where you got AIs that can be flanking around. And I want this decision logic to be really good and be able to create a challenging aspect to the player. And that those type of AIs that I really love when it comes to games. And I haven't really seen one lately. Some of the old games, right? Like Fear. I think that Fear has pretty good AI. But yeah, just thinking about those type of things. My AI is okay. It definitely needs some more polishing. But if I were to keep going further in the future, yeah, definitely that's something that I want my AI to be. I had a replication, networking, multiplayer, and all of that. As you saw earlier, you could have another player come in and you're able to see your teammates, be able to interact with other items like the buy station, and the money for your teammates, you know, to drop a weapon and your teammate to pick it up and all that kind of shenanigans, right? So that is in there. I got the setting mechanic in here as well, as I showed you earlier, and I got the Exfil with the shopper. I think that needs a little bit more refining of how I want the shopper to be. I need a better shopper model because I don't really like the one that I have right now. Most of these items that you saw, that you see in this throughout my development blogs and all of that, it just comes from the marketplace. So I really like me to create my own type of models and all of that kind of stuff for my game. I don't want to grab it from the marketplace and just be able to, give it out like that if I were to release this game in the future or whatever, right? But yeah, I think this is where the engine is in a good place right now, this project basically. And I can consider this to be like the base engine for everything that I'll be creating in the future. It has the core mechanics that I've mentioned. I can duplicate this project and create a survival shooter if I wanted to, right? As you saw earlier, I can pick up food and all of that kind of stuff and be able to, consume those type of food. I can add bandages and all of that kind of stuff as well to be able to heal you. I could duplicate this project and create another like Call of Duty kind of game where, in multiplayer kind of way, right? Or a battle royale. It can be as a regular multiplayer with team deathmatch and all of that kind of stuff. And I already have all the mechanics that I would like. The only thing I feel like Call of Duty kind of missed out on that opportunity is, you remember that one level from the Call of Duty 2019, the remake of Modern Warfare, the first one, where right after the Shadow Company betrays you and you're going through all these buildings, you're picking up items in the level and be able to construct items out of it, like a C4 and all that kind of stuff. I can create this type of game as well. You can pick up all the items that you can find and be able to consume it and build something out of it, like a C4 or anything that's going to help you throughout the level. I think that Call of Duty missed out on that and be able to implement that into DMZ. And I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking right now, but I think it's just a lot of stuff going on there that they kind of got backlogged and they decided to go a different direction, right? But I think that was a missed opportunity right there, to be able to implement that mechanic further, or third person and all of that, right? But yeah, I don't want to talk about Call of Duty right now. So yeah, I can create, this could be the base engine that where I can create multiple stuff for different different type of games that I'll be having, right? What else do I want to say? I think that's about it. I've done what I wanted to do for this project. The main reason why I created this project was to be able to add it to my portfolio and be able to show it off when I'm like interviewing for my for jobs. And I think it's in a really good place right now. It has all the stuff that it needs. I was just picking up stuff. Yeah, it has all the stuff that it needs, that I wanted to have when be able to put that into my portfolio. But I really don't really want to stop here. I really would love to continue to working on this project and be able to release it and be able for you be able to have it to be able to play for other people, for you guys to come in and be able to play this game. That'd be pretty awesome. But I think I'm still in a long way before that happens. Like I said, I'm just a programmer. I am not a I'm not a 3D modeler or rigger and all of that kind of stuff. I do have a little tiny bit of rigging a little bit because I've been from my previous projects, but I need way more experience on that. But yeah, I'm not a 3D modeler. To be able to create my own models for the different type of weapons that I would like to have for this game, that would be pretty awesome. Um, and not to get it from the marketplace. Like I know there's a lot of games out there right now where they just grab it from the marketplace and be able to release this extraction shooter and just do a complete cash grab, right? And if you guys know what's been going on with with these type of extraction shooters, people are just creating it just to have some type of cash grab and all of that. And I don't want to be that guy. I want to create something awesome for you guys, and I really don't want to just use marketplace items, right? I'm also not a game designer. All the weapons where you can tweak them so that each weapon can be different. So you can tweak the recoil, you can tweak how fast you should shoot, you can tweak the damage and all of that, the particle effects that it shoots from the muzzle or the impacts and all that stuff that a game designer should be able to do, be able to balance the game a little bit further, because you know if there's no balancing in the game, it's gonna get ruined, right? And that also comes to what I mentioned earlier, uh and what kind of balancing when it comes to weapons do you guys prefer? Do you prefer all weapons to be balanced, or do you prefer weapons to have some metas once in a while, like how Call of Duty has it, right? And if you guys have any preference, you know, or have any comments on it or feedback, you know, feel free to post it in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts are on that. But yeah, a game designer. I'm not a game designer. I'm not an artist. I'm not be able to create art or textures and all that kind of stuff. I'm not. I'm a programmer, and I'm not a level designer. Be able to create the levels and all of that stuff. I see all throughout my devlogs. They all come from the marketplace, like this one right here. Uh, is come from the marketplace, and I would like to have my game to have more meaning into the levels and how things are laid out throughout the level. I'd like to have it to have some type of story and all of that, maybe some type of environmental storytelling as well, depending on what kind of type of game this is gonna be and what the story is gonna be. But I'm not saying that, hey, even though I don't have these skills, I'm willing to learn and be able to learn how to do these stuff and be able to improve my skills for those type of in those areas, right? But problem right now is just gonna take some time, which I don't have right now. I'm not in a really good financial place, as I mentioned before, because I'm still looking for jobs. Yeah, I'm not really in a good financial place. Time is not my friend right now. So 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 this is what I'm gonna do, because I really would love to continue this game, guys, and be able to release it for you guys out there eventually. Like I said before, I already come to where I wanted this project to be at, to be able to put in my portfolio. I think that's in a good place right now. But I really would like to continue this further and be able to polish this game, make it look better, and all of that. And I think I need a way bigger following or a bigger community about this to be able to talk to, be able to, you know, uh, have conversations with you guys and be able to figure out like what things you guys like and all of that and what you guys like in the game. I think this is what I'm planning to do. I'm gonna put this project on hold for now, and until I have a bigger community, I'm gonna be coming back to this again, and I might use that time from now till wherever that day comes, or maybe when I get a job, be able to have um for me to be in a better financial place. I'm gonna use that time until then to be able to find and research and be able to improve those skill sets as being like how to 3D model or be a game designer and be able to balance all of this stuff and be able to improve my skills in like creating textures and all of that, like an artist would do. Level design, and that's a lot of stuff though, to be honest. I'll be honest with you guys, there's a lot of skills that that needs to be improved on my end, because I'm just a solo guy. I'm not. I'm just a programmer. But yeah, I think that's the plan, guys. I'm willing to come back to this again because I really want to. I really enjoyed this project and I have fun with it. I learned a lot when making this game, and would like to continue this further and be able to create an a fully extraction shooter here. I have the main mechanics and core mechanics for this game already in place. I just need to polish it a little bit more, of course. And yeah, there's still a lot of stuff I can polish in here, but just because of time, and I know I'm gonna be stuck again because the other skill sets that I mentioned that I don't have, I'm gonna be stuck again. So I feel like there's no reason to continue it any further. But yeah, if you guys are interested and wanted this game to be fully fleshed out a little bit way more and polished out, level design and all of that stuff, feel free to like this video, subscribe, so that the YouTube algorithm can be better on my side and more people could come in and be able to find out more about this project. Yeah, and be able, feel free to share it for other people that you feel like will enjoy this project as well, and be able to come in with the community and all that, and make the community a little bit bigger than what I have right now for this game. I really love for this game to continue forward. Yeah. I have another video that I posted like I think last week, I think, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Oh, time flies, guys. Time flies. I created a demo portfolio video for this project. So if you have not seen it, feel free to go and check it out. I will post the link in the description, or maybe I'll post it up on the top, whatever, top right somewhere. I'll post in the top right. It will come out right now, and you guys can click on that and you can watch it. You can see it like a demo portfolio. It almost looks like a trailer, but it's not really. It's just a demo portfolio video that I can post in my resume and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any feedback, any thoughts, and all of that, feel free to post in the comments. I would love to know what you guys are thinking. And I do apologize for this thing taking too long, but life gets in the way. I'm not in a really good financial place. The other job that I have, it takes most of the time because I gotta put food on the table, guys. That job takes, I'm basically working on that other job mostly fully all day throughout the week, and I don't barely have any time to work on this project. Hopefully things get better and I'll be able to continue this for really like to come back to this. So I'll be saving this project for sure. And yeah, I would love to hear more about what you guys thoughts right now. That's it. I think that's about it, guys. I don't want to take you guys any further and any longer here. I think I'm good. And hopefully I can come back to this part. I'm take my word for this, but I may end up coming back to this, making future videos in the future, and be able to like, hey, I worked on this, and be able to show it off in the video and make it a future devlog. So, but when that day is gonna come, I have no idea. It's just possibly a thought process right now, or what I'm thinking. But yeah, cool. I think that's all I have for right now, guys. If you do enjoy this video, enjoy this vlog, enjoy this extraction shooter, really would love for this to go further. Feel free to like the video and subscribe and share this video to other people as well. I really would love to see this game to be fully fleshed out in the future. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. I have another plan for my next project, and maybe it could be a project that can be released, but I'll be talking about that in another devlog, and be able to talk about all that stuff in that video. So it can be separated from this project. So look out for a new future video coming up, or I could be talking about my next project and all of that. So cool. I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. I appreciate all of you guys, and have a good day, a good 4th of July. If I post this before 4th of July, or if it's after 4th of July, then hope you guys enjoy and have a good time with your families. And I'll see you guys later. Signing out, guys.